watching South Today. Coming up on tonight's programme, the Berkshires. Hello, a very good evening to you. I'm Jo Kent. Police are assisting with an investigation after a black teenager at a Berkshire school got sent more than 24 racist notes from fellow pupils. The notes containing the most offensive racial slurs in his bag. Desborough College in Maidenhead says it's taken immediate action to identify those responsible. But the families accused the school of ignoring earlier incidents of verbal abuse. Due to the nature of the abuse, we're protecting the family's identity. Steve Humphrey reports.
No child should be.
We all know about the dangers of spiked drinks, but a Hampshire woman is highlighting the risks of spiked vapes after she became very unwell at the Isle of Wight Music Festival. Chloe Hamilton collapsed, falling in and out of consciousness for 2 hours after taking one puff on a vape offered by a stranger. Police are investigating and have arrested a man. Chloe explained to me what happened.
We were having a lovely time. We'd been there since about 2 o'clock, enjoying the music. And then it all took a turn for the worst. I took a puff of a vape from a stranger. I instantly became unwell. It was like the entire world kind of went into slow motion, pins and needles throughout my body, and then collapsed onto the floor. And within about a minute, I was unconscious. We had passers-by, luckily, that was a nurse, and my sister-in-law is a nurse also. They said they witnessed me having a fit. I was incontinent, I was vomiting, my entire body just went into shutdown. And that went on for about 2 hours.
And when you woke up in the ambulance, how did you feel at that point?
I couldn't compute what had happened. I felt awful, I was confused, I had no recollection of what had happened.
And did you have any idea what had happened? I mean, what made you connect it to the vape? So I recollect taking a puff and then instantly feeling unwell, and that's how I knew that's what caused it. So a lot of people might not realise that a vape can be spike, but we've spoken to a charity who's told us it is something they have seen.
It's a hugely underreported crime, and it's happening on our streets every day. And the reason why is probably because all of these different flavours of vapes, it's so easy to say to somebody, why don't you try my blueberry vape? And so that's as quick as you can catch somebody.
You know, you feel really helpless in that situation. And I and the people around us genuinely thought that we were watching Chloe die. That's how brutal the situation was.
And so, Chloe, what message do you want to get out there, really?
We're aware of drink spiking. If someone offered you a drink at a festival or a club, you'd refuse because of the awareness of drink spiking. Vape spiking isn't known, and I hope that people can see this and not go through what I went through.
Chloe, thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Well, Hampshire and Isle of Wight police say that following inquiries, a 51-year-old man from Rochester in Kent was arrested on suspicion of administering a poison or noxious substance with intent. He remains in custody. And the Isle of Wight Festival says this was an isolated incident dealt with quickly and professionally, and no further reports of this nature have been recorded. Parents in Oxford claim hundreds of children are missing out on free swimming sessions because the application and booking process is too complicated. The City Council provides funding so that leisure operator Fusion Lifestyle can run free swimming sessions at 4 pools for under-17s. The council and company say they're now streamlining the system, as Peter Cook reports.
The leisure industry, like
Tests are being carried out on what's suspected to be a human placenta after it was found by members of the public near Southampton General Hospital on Wednesday. Police say it was a recent birth and their priority is to check on the welfare of the mother and her child. Lindsay Kinghorn has more details.
It was here in the Hollybrook Park.
Ignition cameras are to replace 3 of the controversial road bollards in the low traffic neighbourhood scheme covering Oxford. The traffic restricting measures in Cowley were made permanent in July last year, following an 18-month trial. Cameras will allow emergency vehicles, taxis and Royal Mail deliveries to pass through the areas more easily. However, anyone else would face fines. Brennan Nichols has more.
Low traffic neighbourhoods.
Triathlons, 3 challenges in one, surely something for serious contenders only. Well, try telling that to the children from Standlake Primary School in West Oxfordshire. More than 100 youngsters have been busy rowing, running and biking to raise money for a good cause. They want to help pay for teachers so children in Romania can also benefit from an education. David Lum has the story. Down there at Standlake Primary School, great to see. Well, that brings us nicely onto sport. Lewis is here, as you can see, and we're starting with something about equality in sport, isn't it, really?
There's been so many standout moments, and it's fantastic to see the growth of women's sport, isn't it? It's about that challenge that it's faced, but also moving forward, how it can improve even further. And a filmmaker from...
Of course. Thanks very much, Liz. We're going on to something quite jolly now. Forget Reading's problems. They were once thought to be a relic from our seafaring past, but whether it's in the movies like The Fisherman's Friends or in popular music like the Wellerman song Sea Shanties, have been storming back into our popular consciousness.
Yeah, today it was the turn of an armada of 800 school children travelling across the high seas, well, the Hampshire and Isle of Wight area at least, to take part in the Solent Shanty Sing at Portsmouth's historic dockyards.
Yeah, our own salty sea dog, James Ingham, joined in the fun too.
And a drop of Nelson's blood.
Great, aren't they?
Yeah.
And just a
Good
perfect
voices.
location for it too, wasn't it? And weather looking great. Let's move on to the weather. Sam is here, and of course the weekend. How's it looking?
Well, we had a lovely day today and there's a lovely weekend to come. Let's take a look at today's pictures.
Sam, thank you so much. Well, that is all from us this evening. Alan Sinclair will have our late news. It's on a bit earlier on tonight, just after 10:20. That's before coverage of today's Glastonbury Festival. From all of us here, have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.